So, it is I, M.Geezerbub, and welcome to A Little Help. On this episode, I want to talk to you guys about something that's been intriguing me a little bit. Might intrigue you as well. I want to talk to you about thinking about the past, the future, and the present. Gotta make sure lined up so you can see me well. Okay. See, there's this advice that I hear all the time, and it never stops, honestly. And it's not bad advice, but I've come to discover some obvious flaws in it. And if it helps you, then by all means, don't worry about it. You don't need to listen to my specific take on it. If you benefit from it so much and you become so good at it, that's good for you. But that's what it is. It is a skill. So today's episode is going to be, about. I don't know why I decided to eat food while doing this. There we go. They tell you to focus on the present and to be present at all times, as often as humanly possible. But they underestimate the fact that the mind doesn't work that way. The mind wanders. Okay? Even the most corporate, crony, unimaginable human being on the planet with no creativity, no artistic no artistic value in his mind has some measure of imagination. Okay? And that imagination often takes a person to the past or the future. Okay? Now, being present is a good thing. It is a good thing. Okay? Because you cannot suffer from anxiety and depression when you are focused in the present. Because usually anxiety and depression is worrying about the future or suffering a thing that happened in the past, like ruminating, right? You can't do that when you're in the present. Now, let me ask you this. How hard is it to be in the present at all times? You know what I mean? Like I said, it's not possible. At some point, your mind will wander. So I like to think of it this way. The present is like a little safe room, okay? Just like a little panic room that you go into where you do exactly the opposite of that. You don't panic. You don't suffer. You are in the present. That's your little safe room where it feels untouchable. You feel untouchable because you're focusing on the present. Your mind is not wandering. Okay? But the thing about little safe rooms is that if you stay in them so long that you never want to come out, next thing you know, that little safe room becomes a prison. And you can never wander in the amazing wonders, as I reuse the word, that is the past and the future. Now, I'm obviously going to state what the issue is. The issue is a lot of people who are in the past or in the future are suffering the past or the future. You know what I mean? My way of thinking, I would like to think that it's probably better to get into the habit of not suffering the past or worrying about the future, because you're going to wander in either or at some point. Okay? Being present at all times is not really possible. It's a healthy thing to do, but like I say, you should use that as a safe room. You know what I mean? Something that you do every now and then when you want to help yourself focus. But eventually you're going to wander. Your mind will wander. There's nothing you can do about that. So why not instead solve the problem of the negative ruminations of the wandering, whether it's past or future? You know what I mean? For example, I've gotten to the habit of meditating where instead of focusing on my present, what I do is I wonder about a future. Like I'll close my eyes, I'll take all these deep breaths, slow down my heart rate, and then I'll meditate and I'll purposely leave the present willingly to go to the future, and I'll think about the most positive future that's available to me, that's within my power to create, which is quite a bit. If you try hard enough at it, it's not that much that's out of your reach. As long as you're not imagining something impossible, something you can't do, because then you're setting yourself up for failure. Don't think of like a future that you can't have, and then later regret it because you failed to get it. You know what I mean? Instead, I would do that. I would think about possible futures, and I would meditate, and I would tell myself, hey, all you got to do is this work and that work, finish this project, do this drawing. You're an artist. I am. And this will become possible, or maybe this will become possible. And I keep doing that until I tell an entire story in my head of the most positive future possible. You know what I mean? Like, I take a minute to see where I am now, and then I think about what I would be like if I had that desired future. I'd have no anxiety. I'd have no depression. I My manga that I'm trying to compose and my artwork would probably be doing well, and I'd finally have someone in my life to be with, and all that good stuff. All those things that are possible even in my future. You know what I mean? And I almost try to close the gap between the present and the future by thinking about that future as though I already have it, because I understand that the work I need to get to that future is not it's not impossible, because it's all based on who I am. I get to choose my battles exactly the way I want them. And then there's the past. There's no denying that you have some measure of uh, positive memories. You cannot only have negative memories. A mind that only had strictly negative memories, like really horrible memories, would collapse on itself. You'd go crazy. So basically, I guess what I'm saying is the point of this video is that I want to see if I can get you who is watching now, to get into the habit of developing your own exercises where instead of being in the present, you purposely leave the present and you think about the most positive future that is within your grasp. And think of most positive things that have happened in your life. And I'm not talking about doing that all the time, because again, like being in the present, that's really difficult. It takes constant practice to the point where you've mastered your own mind. And masters of such are difficult. Trust me, I know your mind will wander. So make exercises out of them. Meditate on the past and the future instead of being in the present. You know what I mean? Like, don't overvalue that little safe room. It can only do so much by itself. Instead, fix the future. Fix the past. That way you can have past, present, and future all under one roof, the kind of roof you want it under. Okay? You can meditate. You can do a quick little mental exercise where you think about it. Doesn't matter what you do. That's the beautiful thing about mental exercise. You can basically make your own. Or you can go online and see what other people do. But the point of this video is just to tell you to do that. Don't get rid of your present moment. It is helping you. But fix your past, fix your future. Don't leave them like that. Okay? You don't want to have only the present to alleviate that anxiety and depression. You need all three. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed our talk. And you can like and subscribe if you want. It's up to you. I do this for you guys. And most importantly, keep fighting a good fight and win.